Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gashi's Coming 2, the tallest man in Black Africa. In today's video, I want to spill the bean how the Jubilee sabotaged Raila Odinga in 2022 general elections. If you're here for the first time, kindly subscribe to Gashi's Coming 2 and join us in this bare knuckle analysis. And we are going to tell it as it is. And some people have been asking me what happened to my first channel. And majority of people, especially in UDA, believe that this channel is sponsored by Raila Odinga or Azimio in general. But truth be told, that there's no relationship between this channel and any political party. The only thing is that we tell things as it is. If it favors you, it is just a coincidence. And I think this belief, this erroneous belief, is the one that made the other channel to be pulled down. But who are we? We never give up. Quitters never win. We may be down, but we are not out. Kile ambacho kipo ni kwamba watu wengi, hasa wale ambao walikuwa wanafuata mlima Kenya Kwanza, hawakupendezwa sana na chano hii, kwa sababu walisema kwamba ilikuwa inampigia debe Raila Odinga and Mother Karua. Ni jambo ambalo mpaka sasa limekuwa jambo ambalo wengi hawajai kuamini ya kwamba, especially people from the mountain, don't actually believe that this is a channel, it's an independent channel, sponsored by nobody other than the viewers, other than those who like this video, who share our videos. And that is why, if you look at it, we are even struggling to reach 1,000 subscribers. You know, the other channel had over 12,000 subscribers, and they were all gone. The videos were deleted. And even the funny thing is that even the Gmail account was deleted, and to actually return it yesterday. Na kile ambacho tunaweza tukasema ni kwamba what Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta never did is that he failed to bring Raila Odinga in the mountain. He did not even accompany him, even one meeting in the mountain. Kwa alimwachilia akawa anajipigia debe pale peke yake akiwa na Mother Karua. In my view, this is what was wrong. Kenyatta never even campaigned on the ground for Raila Odinga. Hakujitokeza hata siku moja. Yes, we know he was a unifying factor. He was a symbol of national unity, and he was supposed to be neutral. Lakini ukweli useme ni kwamba his deputy was against him. William Samoei Ruto was against the government where he was the deputy president. So I think there was nothing wrong for Raila and Uhuru to hit the ground together. And the jambo lingine ambalo tunaweza tukasema ni kwamba in future it is also important to understand the mountain. If for example, if we have to have a candidate in future, it is important for people to understand the Kikuyus, because without understanding the politics in the mountain, you may never get enough votes. The first thing is that it is important for people to know that Kikuyus' interest comes first. So they vote for their interest. And that is why they found it necessary to vote for Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's candidate, not en masse, sparingly. Wakujitokeza kumpigia Raila kura kama walivyompigia kura William Samoei Ruto. Kwa sababu waliangalia wakaona kwamba it's like they would benefit most from William Samoei Ruto. That is why even today, William Samoei Ruto is beholden by these people. That is why there's a sense of entitlement in the mountain. They believe that this is their government. And that is why there's a lot of friction between the Gema community and the Kalenjin community and other communities. And that is why William Samoei Ruto is looking for a handshake, a structured handshake with Baba, because his government is actually being controlled by the people from the mountain. So their interest will always come first. They believe that it was not possible, it was not easy to control Raila Amolo Odinga, because Raila Amolo Odinga is a Democrat. Raila Amolo Odinga is somebody who cannot actually agree with the whims of the Kikuyus. The other thing is that it is also worth noting that Kikuyus are male chauvinist. And when Mother Karua was named as the running mate, this did not go well with the most members of the Kikuyu community. Being male chauvinist, they don't believe that mwanamke anaweza kuwa kiongozi. In fact, I remember trying to convince an old man to vote for Raila Amolo Odinga. And one thing that he told me, the man who is over 70 years, he told me, we kijana, kuna jambo ambalo unajua, tagulini tukaongozwa na wangu wa makeri. For those of you who don't know wangu wa makeri was a woman who used to sit on men's back. Alikuwa anakalia migogo, you can imagine a woman sitting on your back. Wakati huo umepiga magoti kwa miguu na mikono kama ng'ombe, umekaliwa kwa mgongo. So this is what the many people saw Mother Karua. So you realize that in the Kikuyu community, the women are relegated. They are not fully liberated. Kwa hivyo watu wengi hawajaamini kwamba mwanamke anaweza kuwa kiongozi. And if you ask me, it would have been a better choice to go for somebody like Peter Kenneth. And when William Samuel Ruto named when he named Rigathi Gachagua, that is why, one reason why many Kikuyus voted for a UDA candidate. In fact, it's not that they hate Raila Amolo Odinga. Yes, there may be some misconception here and there, but there's no hatred, by the way, between the Kikuyus and the Luo community. The other thing is that when you come to the Kikuyu community, you realize that Kikuyus are likely to support another candidate other than William Samuel Ruto in 2027 because of what I've said, that their interest comes first. So what they raise in the mountain, the facts are they're expecting a lot of development in the mountain. They're expecting so much from William Samuel Ruto. And if William Samuel Ruto does not fulfill most of these things that he has promised the mountain, jambo ambalo litatokea ni kwamba watauga mkono mtu mwingine, because in the second term the Kikuyus are alive to the fact that the president will owe nothing, will owe people nothing, and he'll be that's the time that he's likely to show his true colors. That is the time he'll call the Kikuyus bluff, and they know this very well. So because their interest comes first, they are likely to vote for another candidate. If a strong candidate emerges, because I believe the Kikuyus are not going to front a candidate. Even if they are going to front a candidate, it will be a weak candidate, and they're not likely to support that candidate because of historical reasons of having 3 presidents in less than 60 years. Kwa hivyo kile ambacho kipo ni kwamba kwa sababu wanajali maslahi yao, matakwa yao, ni watu ambao ni wabinafsi, huenda wakamuunga mkono kiongozi mwingine. So if William Samuel Ruto does not fulfill these promises, I can tell you that you'll be very surprised when it comes to 2027. Again, the other thing is that Kikuyus hate cowards, and they don't like people who dilly-dally. And sometimes you could hear people saying in the mountain that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is not courageous enough. He was not able to confront William Samuel Ruto. And William Samuel Ruto came out as a hero. William Samuel Ruto came out as a strong candidate in the mountain, simply because of the way he was talking to them, simply because he was of the way he was heading Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta heads on when they were rocking horns. Kile ambacho kilikuwa kinajitokeza ni kwamba definitely Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta would appear as a weak candidate. This is something that they did not like. That is why they used to call Baba in 2007, 2008, they would refer to him as Jaba. Jaba for you is a Kikuyu name for hero, because they worship heroes. That is why they were able to support Kennedy Matiba instead, that is in 1992, instead of Mwai Kibaki. And Mwai Kibaki was relegated until Matiba left the show. That is why they used to call General Kigwea. General Kigwea is a general coward, somebody who is a coward, mtu ambaye anaona panya na anatoroka. Kwa hivyo that is why when they see Rigathi Gachagua, they see a hero. When they see mtu kama Raila Odinga, they also see a hero. But now, because of the Mother Karua factor, that is why they voted for UDA candidate. Again, this is something that has never been said, is that half of the Jubilee was in UDA. You cannot tell me that it was just out of mere love that Gachagua and his brigade nominated Kanini Kega in the East African Legislative Assembly. This is because Kanini Kega, although he was in Jubilee, he and others, many of them were just there. They were just figureheads. Walikuwa pale wamelipwa. Walikuwa pale they were spies, and they were just there trying to show that they are with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Others were not in UDA and were not in Azimio. Walikuwa nagojea pale. I think when you look at Sabina Chege never came out strongly in support of Baba. Kile ambacho alikuwa anaona ni kwamba alikuwa anaona kuna uwezekano mkubwa wa Baba kushinda, but her heart was actually not fully with Baba. The only person who seems to have been with Baba is Jeremiah Kioni. Jeremiah Kioni na wengine wachache, like this channel was actually advocating. I would have loved to see Baba the president, but it never came to pass. So you can say Baba was the best president that was never be. Kwa kile ambacho tunaweza kusema ni kwamba because half of the Jubilee members who are actually pretending to be in Azimio, kile ambacho kilitokea ni kwamba vile ambavyo walifanya ni kwamba they were able, these are the guys who were able to withdraw the agents. In fact, I witnessed firsthand. Immediately the election started, within 1 hour, in fact, I knew Baba had lost in the mountain, because I could see people changing money. Money was changing hard. Watu ambao walikuwa wamejificha, like they were in a hurry. And I saw somewhere in a mall, because I was hiding somewhere to see what was happening. I could see some guys with the walkie-talkie, imagine. Others would come running, would get money, would go. And I believe these were Azimio agents who were being paid. They were bought by the Jubilee and UDA candidates. They were bought to withdraw so that the rigging could take place in the mountain. And one day, history will tell that Baba got more than 2 million votes. I think he must have gotten about 3 million votes in the mountain. But he was rigged out. So the people who were supposed to pay the agents, as Babu Owino was putting it, were Jubilee guys. And this is the part of the people, the part of the group that sabotaged Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. This is a part of the group that sabotaged Azimio mission. And this is how they lost the elections. Again, when we look at the Kikuyus prefer money than development. If you want to know the truth, is that although Kibaki brought a lot of development in the mountain, most Kikuyus did not appreciate this. They came to appreciate this much after he left power. But there was money in the mountain, and they would used to tell people that the barabara si kitu. And again, if you want to also know this, look at the way they were telling Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Walikuwa wanamwambia barabara haziliwi, barabara si chakula, barabara haziwezi kuleta chakula mezani. Because yes, there was development, but there was no money. But when now Mudavadi and Ruto came and started telling the Kikuyu that pesa mfukoni, ule wibu wa pesa mfukoni ni jambo ambalo wa Kikuyu walifurahia sana. Kumbuka, there is something that I always say that if you want to know whether a Kikuyu will die when in hospital bed, just throw a shilling on the floor, and if the Kikuyu raises the head, know that person is not about to die. But when he doesn't raise the head, when the shilling hits the ground, I think that person is as good as dead. That is something that is very, very interesting, and it has some truth in it. Kikuyu prefer money kwa sababu wanaamini pesa sana. Wengine wanaabudu pesa. Pesa ndizo miungu yao, and that is why these people were not able to say, kwa sababu unajua UDA iliweza kumwaga pesa zilimwagwa kwa wingi sana. Ask the Buddha guys, people are queuing to get money. For instance, today, because Wamatagi does not give money, Wamatagi is not one person who give money easily. When you look at it, you realize that Wamatagi may not last the 5 years in office. He's likely to be impeached. He's likely to be impeached by the MCA. Kwa sababu yeye ni mtu ambaye ana mikono migumu, ni gamu kabisa. Mtu ambaye hawezi kuatilia pesa haraka. Lakini ukiangalia UDA kwa sababu wanamwaga pesa nyingi sana, walikuwa wanatumia pesa nyingi sana. Hii ndio sababu ukaona ya kwamba even the hustlers funds is going to benefit William Samoei Ruto if at all this money is going to reach the grassroots. If people are going to get this money, I think the Kikuyus worship money. A number of them worship money. Pesa dizo miugu yao. Again, what we can say is that Jubilee sabotaged Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta through the agents. They also sabotaged by not giving out money, because what we know is that they were given a lot of money by the government of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, but this money never reached the grassroots. This money ended in people's pocket. In fact, even the people who were appointed to be the agents were not true supporters of Azimio. Majority of them, because like if we find that like me was ready to support, give free services with them without money. But this guy could not even listen to me. They could not even want to see me anywhere, because they believe that I was campaigning too hard for Raila Amolo Odinga. But I was not campaigning. What I was doing is just to tell people the facts as they were. And yes, I wanted Raila to be the president. I wanted him because I know he means well for this country. I know that the country could have benefited a lot. But maji yakimwagika hazoleki. Tukubali matokeo na tuendelee na maisha na tujue vile ambavyo tunaweza kujipanga katika siku za usoni. What I can say is that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta meant well when he was supporting Raila Amolo Odinga. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta supported Raila Amolo Odinga financially and morally. And even he was given the state support machinery. Government machinery was given to him. But what there is that even the government machinery, even the deep state itself was hopelessly divided. And majority of the deep state, the security agents and so on and so forth, were supporting Raila, but half-heartedly. Lakini wengi wao walikuwa katika upande ambao walikuwa naona unaweza kushida. And that is how, when they realized that Wafula Chebukati was going to announce William Samoei Ruto, that is why all of them moved towards William Samoei Ruto. Kwa sababu these guys owes royalty to nobody. Their royalty is to their stomach. Their royalty is to the government that is in power. The same case applies to civil servants. Kwamba wanaangalia wanaona ni nani ambaye atashinda, na yule ambao wanaona atashinda wanaelekea kwake. Sababu kila mwabagoma huvutia upande wake. Sio maneno yangu, maneno ya wahega. Uhuru never betrayed William Samoei Ruto in the mountain. Uhuru was betrayed by his Jubilee people. Uhuru was unable to manage the Jubilee people. The people who were given the responsibility to manage Jubilee, some of them were bought by UDA. Some of them became Trojan horses. Some of them put their interest, not the interest of the party first, not the interest of Azimio first. Some of them do not even support Raila Amolo Odinga. And if you ask me, why would these people now, why are they going back to Kenya Kwanza if for sure they meant to support Baba? Because I believe people like Mother Karua, who will remain, Mother Karua is likely to remain in Azimio, and other people who will remain in Azimio, those are the true supporters. Those are the people who stood with Raila, and those are the people who for sure meant well to support Raila Amolo Odinga. Kwa sababu kile ambacho kipo ni kwamba ukweli usemwe ni kwamba it is the Jubilee that sabotaged Raila Amolo Odinga's presidency. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, I can tell you Baba needs to put his house in order afresh. And I think if you ask me, it's better to use ODM and maybe friendly parties. But when it comes to choosing friends, let him avoid some of these guys who have no principles. This is Gashis Kaman, the Tourist Man in Black Africa. Can you subscribe and share to other forums like your subgroups? And also remember that Instagram, you find us as Gashis Kaman. We're also on Facebook, Gashis Kaman. We are everywhere, and even in Twitter. And may you have a blessed day. Bye bye.